And Patterson is in and bowls onto the legs of Patel, who turns it calmly down towards deep square, and it's going to go for 4. Lovely shot from Rishi Patel. Meanwhile is in, drop short again, inviting the pull. This time he gets it and gets all of it. Budinger, well, almost a repeat of the previous delivery. It was probably to be taken. Patterson is in, bowl smashed over mid-off by Budinger, and will Patterson-White
bowling to Rishi Patel, the right-hander, who hits it into the offside, and that's as tame as you like, straight to Matthew Montgomery, and there is Hutton's first of the day.
As Patterson is in to him, short hook, top edge down towards long leg, 1 bounce for 4. Patterson is in, Hill cuts and cuts nicely off the back foot, almost with a sort of slightly 45-degree angle back, timed it really nicely.
Square leg boundary as Budinger has fiddled at that one outside the off stump and edged it through to Schartendorf, and he has to go.
He's in and bowled him straight through Hill, his very first ball, and the off stump is out of the ground. All sorts of little hops and skips and jumps before he gets into his run up and bowls again a little bit short and on towards the legs of Ackerman, who goes back and plays firmly through mid wicket, and that might go all the way. Hutton's pursuit is in vain. In fairness, Loughton is in, bowl slightly short, pulled and pulled well by Hanscom, and I think that's going to go the distance. It is going to go the distance. Loughton just dropping short there.
Comes in now to the red-shirted Peter Hanscom, who drives down the ground just past the stumps and will get full benefit for there was a whisper or two about this fella Hanscom, who's playing for Leicestershire. This is pulled away nicely by this fella Hanscom.
Patterson again, in he comes, driven straight, touched onto the stumps.
Oh. And it's a run out.
It's a run out. Rain affected over, in he comes. And it's driven by Wian Mulder through extra cover. That's going to go all the way for 4.
Is he entitled to feel cheesed off with the batsman? In goes Loughton and bowls, lovely delivery, bounces, but oh, I thought that was a bit high. But anyway, the finger of Sue Redfern is raised. It looks straight.
A drain cover leaked its contents as this one's driven crisply down the ground for 4. Lovely shot from Mulder. And deflected a Mulder drive onto the stumps. Down the track comes Scriven. He's played that shot a couple of times, but this time he's managed to drag it away to the mid-wicket boundary for 4.
The Outlaws for it. Down the wicket goes. Mulder drives almost directly through Scriven, who somehow managed to duck out of the way.
Patterson-White to bowl to Mulder, who's on 31. And he's going to get more here. In fact, he's going to get 4 more. Bisected the... Here is Loughton into Scriven. He's hit this one up in the air, and Mead should catch this all day long. And another wicket for Loughton. One of these players, Richard, who's just got the knack of winkling out batters when he comes on at the start of spell.
In he is now. Bowls to Wian Mulder, who's got hold of that. He has got hold of it, and that's going to go all the way for 6. Swung away over the offside. Bowls and Walker. This time goes for it, hits straight. Is it going to have the length? Yes, it does. And this time Roman Walker goes straight again, this time slightly to the side. And sorry, that was Mulder, of course. Mulder straight over the sight screen, no miss. Harrison, as Walker comes down the wicket, doesn't get hold of it, holes out to long off, comfortably taken 4 or 5 yards inside the boundary rope.
In this year's competition, he is 68 not out, and there's, you can add 6 to that, and you might hear the clang as it hits the stand alongside us up here on top of the pavilion. Mulder moves on to 70, runs in and bowls to right. Slower ball hit up into the air, should be a comfortable catch for Hamid, and is a comfortable catch for Hamid, who sort of ran around underneath the ball, ended up having to sort of dive for.
Here is
Hutton.
Brett Hutton, yes, and then tried to bowl one of those slower bounces. Brett Hutton's in. Bowls to Josh Hull, who swings. Again, bottom of the bat. You could probably tell from the noise it made, it wasn't a great strike. There's just a single. Pushed up to mid-on.
And to get it. Again, worked away nicely by Martindale through mid-wicket. And there's plenty on this. I don't think that would... well, I'll go back one. That definitely wouldn't have gone for 4. earlier on in the day.
Is in. Bowled him! Right, that one came back in, I suspect, to Slater. There was a little bit of swing there for the Nottinghamshire bowlers earlier in the day.
Deflected away, and that should go for 4. It was angled down the leg side, bowled from the angle by Mulder, always drifting down leg, and Martindale for providing them. Mulder past umpire Redfern. This is a nice looking shot by Lyndon James, and I don't think that's going to be pulled back as it makes its way out towards the boundary on the Milligan.
Down the slope he comes and bowls, and that one is cut away for 4. Lovely shot, short and wide. And the Outlaws need. Right, is in. James again cuts the shortest delivery from outside off stump, but and this time it has gone for 4.
Here's Walker, driven by James, driven for 4. The sweeper, he bowls to James, and again cut away over the top. It was a bit short over gully, and that's going to go all the way for 4.
A good half of it back again. Comes in, bowls to Hamid, bowled him! Gone straight to him, playing across the line, slightly middle stump and leg stump leaning back. So Hull has picked up his 2nd wicket. Hull is in, bowls outside off stump, driven away square and for 4 by Lyndon James.
James came in at 3, he's on 43. Tom Scriven bowls to him, and this is driven nicely for 4. That's one of the shots of the innings.
Bowls to Montgomery. It's wide and cut square for 4.
Scriven in again, bowls on the pads, and that's just where Lyndon James wanted it to move from 49 to 50, and that's his 2nd 50 in this format. Very nicely played indeed, Lyndon James.
Can he get the wickets that Leicestershire required? Edged! And edged probably through first where Mulder again. And that is down the leg side. Oh, and that got a bit of bat on it, no doubt, and Hanscom's dive to his left got, I think, both gloves on it, but the ball's come out. And that's a drop catch. Down the leg side, it's helped on its way, and I think that's going to go for 4. It is going to go for 4. No chance.
In goes Mulder, and bowl short, pulled for 4. Beautifully played by Lyndon James. 2 men out.
He's into bowl now, his 5th ball of the over. Montgomery punches through. And that'll be 4. The ball will run up through.
Walker is in, James drives, and Walker puts down his right hand, can't get there neither, moving across to his left at mid on.
As Montgomery drives this through the offside as Chris Wright.
Injury earlier this season, that's going to be 4, as that one is onto the legs from Walker, and James quite expansively clipped it away. Walker is in, bowls to him, again slightly short of a good length, and beautifully driven through the onside. That is going to gather pace, at least not lose.
Comes right from the Bennett end, bowls, and he's had a real go at that, Lyndon James, and he's tossed away a possible century.
Goes running in and bowls, slashed, oh, almost caught. Budinger, who has caught so well, or has stopped so well at backward point, leapt to his right, got a good hand to it. Couldn't hang on. Hull bowl slightly short. Good bounce. It's got him caught behind. It did bounce, and Montgomery went for an odd little sort of cut.
Bowling from the Bennett end. The ball's driven through cover, and that's going to go all the way in the end.
Squeaky. Mulder bowls, and Schardendorf has pulled this away on the leg side, and there's enough on it to go all the way over the fielder and over the ropes.
Hull is in, bowl short, cut up into the air, should be 6 down to 3rd man, is 6 down to 3rd man. Yeah, it was for me. Hull is in, bowls, Patterson White is bowled! What was he doing there? Didn't need to do that. He stepped back, stepped away, tried to put Hull out of his length. Hull wasn't to be put off his length, produced a good delivery.
So, Scriven bowls, and Schardendorf gets a boundary first ball, hitting it through deepish mid-wicket.
Yeah.
Overs after this. Bowls now. Hits him on the pad. They're going to scamper through. Was there some bat involved? No, it was a leg by. So Notts get home with 12 balls to spare. They've won by 4 wickets, set to score 206. They have pulled off the victory. They're 2nd of the group.